Hey guys, this is Sean with the Forgotten Ones. It's been a minute since we've been on here, but here we go. We're at Rose Hill Cemetery, and I want to talk about Miss Zora Wilson. She's one of the first ones that have been buried on this property. A lot of these bodies that were moved from another cemetery that way because the old cemetery that they were at was flooding and it caused a lot of damage to that cemetery area, and they didn't want any of the corpses coming out of the ground. And here we are, trying to make contact with Miss Zora Wilson. Mrs. Zora, are you here? Can you speak with us? I know you had a difficult time during childbirth, and that's what killed you. Are you able to talk with us? Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
It's good to connect.
We believe so as well. It says it's good to connect. If you wouldn't mind talking to us, I wouldn't mind hearing your story. Were you a very religious woman? On top of your tombstone here is a Bible.
Death is here.
Death is here? Yeah, a lot of people had died and were buried here. We know that. Mrs. Zora, are you here? Can you talk to us? If you were to have had your son, would you be able to tell us the name that you would have gave him? I was reading a little information on the way up here. It said over 800 Confederate soldiers are buried in this plot. Before we leave here, I'll get a picture of that and you'll be able to read the information on it. We'll edit it to where you can see it before the video.
Carol.
Carol? Hi, Carol. Mrs. Zora, can you speak with us, please? I know it's been a long time since anybody has spoke with you. 1853. It's over 200 years ago. Anybody in this cemetery that wants to come up to me and communicate, feel free to do so.
Also, we did come here during the daytime, but it did say on the Google history of this cemetery that you can hear people laughing.
Laptops.
You can hear screaming, and some people have been shoved.
Can you go up to my cameraman and be able to say something to him? We may not be able to hear you through our ears, but we might be able to hear it through the speaker that's on it. And like my wife had mentioned, people's been shoved, pushed. You can hear screaming, feel tugs on your pants. And if you want to do that to me, go ahead and do that. I don't mind if you touch me. Should I walk around? Is there somebody else that wants to talk? Let's go over here and see if we can get Mr. Gordon to talk. Mr. Gordon was a Confederate soldier, a commander. Captain John Gordon, the first postmaster of Nashville. Born in Virginia, came to Nashville in 1782. Became noted defender against the Indians of the old Fort Nashboro and the frontier settlements, captain of a spy company of the Davidson County Regiment. Participated in the Nickajack expedition, which ended Indian and Atro cities to the Cumberland. As captain of the spies, reporting only to General Jackson, he distinguished himself in every battle of Jackson's Creek campaign in 1814. He performed alone missions and a great dancer as Jackson's special envoy to the Spanish governor
Trying to communicate.
of Pensacola, which resulted in the capture of Pensacola and the cession of Florida to the United States. He led his company during the Seminole War of 1817, placed by the descendants of John Gordon. Captain Gordon, can you tell me some information? The lie that there on your resting place, can you talk to me? If you're trying to communicate, talk to us. Mr. Gordon, please talk to us. You don't have to be shy. All the information that you held back, you don't have to hold anymore. You were a leader and a commander of a group of spies in the Seminole War. Are you able to tell us a little bit about your history and what you had to do during the war?
Message obtained.
Okay, I understand that you don't want to give information, but it would be nice if you would be able to tell us a little bit about your life. You don't have to tell us about what you did during war. It says here that you like to dance. What types of music did you listen to? Mr. Gordon,
Respiratory failure.
you had respiratory failure? You couldn't breathe? Did you have a lung disease? All right, Mr. Gordon, I may leave you alone. May take a little walk and around this little area here alongside some more commanders and respected people that fought in the Confederate War. Maybe they would like to speak. And if you do, feel free to say something and I'll stop and talk with you. I see we have some Masons here too, some Freemasons. That's so old. Necro. This is a necrometer, and it'll allow you to speak with you. You can use one word or a complete sentence. Does anybody want to speak? Guys, last night we was at a location that we didn't record, but we got a couple of hints and indications of where we could have went instead of coming here to the Rose Hill Cemetery. And I was talking about where the two paths led, and it said Old Bridge, and we did in fact visit a place that had an old bridge, and y'all know what I'm talking about, and that is the Carpenter Bridge. And it said that they had passed away at the end of those paths. And before I leave here, I just want to let you know that we'll continue back when we get back to those paths. For right now, this is why we do this, because none of these people here are forgotten. See you when we get there.